bolt brings it back closed. I could take this bolt, it works best when you have taller seedlings. But as you'll see in a later part of the I just wanted to take a quick video here and show kind of how I've got my irrigation set up. So this is the main water line coming into the garden. I've got several more of these solenoid valves and filters. I need to get this redone. A couple pieces broke over the winter. Better to take that whole manifold and put it inside if you can. But each one of those goes to a zone in the garden. So I have 8 beds here, that's zone 1. Across from it I've got 8 more beds, that's zone 2, and so down the garden. We have 6 main zones in the garden. So each zone is broken into 2 sections. So right now I've got the water going. I have just enough water pressure to power 8 beds. That's 5/8 drip tape. 5/8 drip tape with a emitter every 6 inches, and those are 0.25 gallons per hour emitters. So I have just enough to power all 8 beds, to take care of all 8 beds at once. When I did my calculations for this, my water pressure was not quite enough to do a full 8, but I found it actually works quite fine. So I can get away with it. But you know, I have sandy soil, so these emitters need to be 6 inches apart. For 3 rows, I need 2 lines. But on some of the other beds, like tomatoes, cucumber, where it's just 1 row, then I only have, you know, 1 line of drip tape under there. And kind of the thing here is, you know, the reason I have these 2 valves here is because I can, you know, let's say in a pinch, the beds that were available, these 4 over here just were lettuce and spinach. Let's pretend these 4 ended up being mature kale, or, you know, tomatoes, cucumbers, any other crop we're growing, broccoli. I don't need to water the other ones as much as I do the greens. So that's why I have this valve in here, and it just allows me to, if I need to, isolate every 4 beds. It's not too complicated, under $1,500 to get all set up with irrigation like that. And, you know, I'll show you the rain monitor here. It's all of our beautiful Salanova coming along just fine. Holding out for this 23 degrees here. So this is a hydro rain, Wi-Fi controlled, I think they call it a Beehive rain monitor. Yeah, Beehive Pro. This unit is wonderful. This is my 4th year with it. It was like $140. Absolutely worth its weight. I can't express that enough. I can go in and manually have any zone watered that I want, or I can use the app on my phone and set up exactly what zones I want, how often I want them to water, what days I want them to water, so on and so forth. You can have these things hooked up to the internet. I can, from work, from somewhere else, I can be on vacation across the country, and I can look at the weather and say, oh wow, it's 95 degrees. I don't want that. Let's go ahead and water the lettuce again, just to make sure we get that extra cutting out of it. It's super simple. Anybody could do this. You know, stop watering by hand if you don't have to. And you can also have these hooked up to overhead sprinklers. So it's a win-win. No complaints there. One other thing. So this is the other end of the beds that we were standing at here. I have mainline. That's what they call either 1/2 inch, 3/4, or 1 inch line that you you move water through your main line to your drip. So I ran mainline around the entire zone. All of them are like that. And the reason behind running them around is if you get a clog, water can come in through the other direction if need be. That's, to me, it's well worth that little bit of investment. And let me just also say that these were This drip line, this is 4 years old. It's the thickest kind they make. I leave it out all winter. I don't have filtered water. I don't have a water softener. All of this water is coming straight from the well. We do have mildly hard water. But it's good to point out that, you know, if you buy the thicker stuff and you're careful with it, I have a few patches and repairs to make every spring. It's just the way it is. I have a few that I got to make, and you know, I buy a 50-pack of half-inch couplings. The twist lock couplings are real quick and simple. I'll buy a 50-pack of those. That'll last me years. I'll go through, and where I have mice that chew a hole in it or deer sometimes eat it, I'll just throw a coupling on there, cut it in 2 places, throw a coupling on, done, good to go. You know, it's makes it so simple. I don't have to roll all of it up at the end of the year and package it all away and then put it all back down. I can just leave the drip tape here because I went with a thicker, higher quality drip tape. All of my drip irrigation supplies are from dripdepot.com. I find them to be a wonderful company to work with. They always get me my stuff really quickly. They're just, I got no complaints. Plus, every order you make, they send you a couple of suckers, and who doesn't like candy? I have an 1.5 acre garden here. I have this one tripod sprinkler, I'm sorry. I can set this up and water, you know, 1/4 of this acre garden. 1.5 acres if you include this stuff over here, but a 1/4 acre at a time, easily watered with this one sprinkler. I think that's an Orbit. You don't got to go crazy with it. Drip tape and one sprinkler, and I'm good. Totally good with that.